They say that only the dead know the secrets of the living. And in the case of the mysterious town of Ashton, it was no different. The whole town was built over an ancient burial ground. No one knew this better than William Ashton, the man who had inherited the land from his forefathers years ago. He was supposed to marry the love of his life, Elizabeth, in 3 days. But then, out of nowhere, she backed out of the marriage. Heartbroken, William sought solace in the town's old church, where he met a strange old woman. She told him that Elizabeth was in grave danger and that only he could save her. He found Elizabeth in an old cemetery on the outskirts of town. She was pale as death, kneeling before a freshly dug grave. Before he could stop her, she jumped into the grave and cried, "I never loved you! Kill me!" William was taken aback by her sudden outburst. Just when he was about to respond, the earth caved in and the grave was sealed shut. He was horrified, but instead of panicking, he started digging with all his might. After a while, he felt his fingers touch something hard. At first he thought it was Elizabeth's body, but when he brushed the dirt off, he realized it was a wooden box. He opened it and found a leather-bound journal. He took it home and started reading. It was Elizabeth's diary. In it, he learned that she had been in love with someone else all along. On the day of their supposed marriage, she had gone to the cemetery to meet her secret lover. That's when William had found her. In her diary, she had written about a horrifying discovery she made at the cemetery, about an entire garden filled with brides buried alive. She wrote that she had heard the whispers of these women through her lover, Thomas, who had revealed to her that he was the son of the town's founder, Ashton. He had told her that his father had used the cemetery as a burial ground for brides who were buried alive as a form of punishment. The reason? They had disobeyed their fathers and refused to marry men of their father's choice. Instead, they chose to die. Ashton had been so enraged by his daughter's defiance that he built an entire garden where he could imprison them forever. He created a special type of coffin that would allow the brides to breathe but not escape. Then he had buried them alive. Over the years, he had buried so many brides that there was an entire garden filled with them. And the horrifying thing was that they were still alive. They whispered to anyone who came near them, begging to be dug up. But those who heard their cries did not heed their pleas. In her diary, Elizabeth had written that she and Thomas had planned to run away from Ashton and his ghastly garden. But on the morning of their supposed elopement, she had found Thomas hanging in the barn. It seemed like Ashton had found out about their plans and killed his son. And now he was after her, too. That was why she had begged William to kill her. Because she knew that if Ashton got a hold of her, he would bury her alive in his bone garden. William was horrified by the diary's contents, but he couldn't believe that Elizabeth was actually dead. He decided to dig up the grave and find out the truth. But when he did, he didn't find Elizabeth's body. Instead, he found a skeletal hand reaching out of the grave. He pulled, an emaciated woman covered in dirt crawled out. William was shocked. The woman looked at him with hollow eyes and whispered, "You finally came to dig me up. I knew you would." Then she looked back down at the grave and continued whispering, "Ashton will be pleased. He always said you'd come for me." Then, as if overcome with exhaustion, she stopped moving. William was terrified. Was this the bride who had been buried here? If so, where was Elizabeth's body? And what did Ashton mean? What was he trying to do? As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the cemetery, William stumbled upon a small wooden box hidden beneath the dead woman's fingernails. Inside was a key. He didn't know where, but he was sure that this key would help him find out the truth behind Ashton S. Bone Garden and the whereabouts of his beloved Elizabeth. Little did he know that he was in for the fight of his life. To find out more, click here, and don't forget to subscribe for more spine-chilling tales.